Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to your Lunch Break Live. My name is Ivana. If you're new here, if you're not, thank you for coming back. Today is Friday, May the 21st, and it is Friday, which means we are all in a better mood today. And I know a lot of people in Lower Alabama who are in an even better mood, and that is because there is a Mardi Gras-style parade happening tonight in Mobile, and it's the first one in over a year. So I thought today would be a perfect time to have our Mobile reporter, John Sharp, join us, kind of explain why this parade and celebration is happening tonight, what it's for, and also how you can join in on the fun, especially if you are not in the Mobile area, but you just want to watch. So, John, thank you for coming on, explaining this to us. And it's so nice to just kind of have a fun story to talk about today.
Yeah, it really is. It kind of is a nice reversal from where we were at just a few months ago when we actually had Mardi Gras. There was essentially no traditional Mardi Gras parades in Mobile, a first since the 1940s, since World War II. So, yeah, people are ready to get out and have a good time tonight here in Mobile. This is part of the city's DNA. It's tradition. It's everything for Mobile to have a parade, and that's what we're going to have tonight. It starts at 6:30 p.m. in downtown Mobile. So if you're in this area, be prepared to get here a little early. The streets will be closed off to parking, where the parade route is located in downtown Mobile around 4 or 4:30. So just be aware of that. But I would suggest folks get here a little early tonight because it's going to be a big crowd. We assume it'll be a big crowd. I haven't gotten no indications that it wouldn't be. We have great weather. No rain really in the forecast, so it's a little warm for Mobile Mardi Gras traditionalists. That's probably unusual, but it is the month of May, and we're having this Mardi Gras style parade. It ties in with Saturday's commissioning of the future USS Mobile warship that was built at Austell here in Mobile. So there's a commissioning ceremony, which is private, but that is going on Saturday morning. Tonight's event is more the citywide public celebration for this commissioning, and that's why the parade is taking place. It's not so much coronavirus is over with, we're going to have a parade event, but it does tie into a little bit of, vaccines are out there, infection rates are down considerably, and yes, it's time to toss a parade. So let's get out there and do it. But there is a meaning behind it. There is this commissioning of the USS Mobile, and so it's a rare off-season Mardi Gras parade. These have happened before, but they don't happen often, and so I feel like there's going to be a lot of pent-up enthusiasm for this event. You have 29 different or 21 different Mystic societies in Mobile, 21 different organizations participating with a float of some sort. This parade is a big parade. It's a typical Mardi Gras parade that people are used to. It's along an abbreviated route. It's not as long as typical Mardi Gras parades are, but this parade will feature 34 different units. So you have something along the lines like I think it's 29 floats and then 7 marching bands. So be prepared for a long parade and a lot of fun.
So we know that you said this is the first Mardi Gras style parade in over 15 months. It's a long time, but the parade tonight is not necessarily tied to Fat Tuesday or to any of the traditional Mardi Gras celebrations. It is for the commissioning of that USS Mobile ship. That formal commissioning we know is tomorrow. It is a private ceremony. It will be streamed online, but it is not available for public viewing in person. So tonight, I know you mentioned the city is kind of celebrating that commissioning with the parade. Now, I know that you gave us a little bit of an idea about the time the parade starts. The streets will be closed. So I have 2 questions for you, John, and that is, if you are trying to attend this parade in person, what do you need to know? Are there capacity limits for this parade? What kind of route is the parade taking? And are masks required? What is the kind of COVID protocol for the parade tonight?
So there is no capacity requirements that I'm aware of. There's been none that have been announced. But the CDC currently has, their recommendations are that people that are fully vaccinated can pretty much roam anywhere as they please. So maskless, indoors or outdoors. So if you are vaccinated, it's safe to go. But if you are unvaccinated, the CDC recommends that you wear a mask and stand 6 feet at a social distance from others. That's the CDC's current recommendations. And so, talking to city officials, they say that that's personal. It's people's personal responsibilities at play here. It's folks know the risks when they come downtown and they're in a large crowded setting. This is going to be a big crowd. People that are familiar with Mardi Gras parades know that sometimes those crowds are 3 to 4 rows deep. People are standing in close proximity to each other. And we've known since this pandemic began that if you are standing close to others in a setting, even outdoors is less of a risk, but even in large crowds, there is that risk of a spread of the coronavirus. So if you're not vaccinated, that's something to be mindful of. We have the map of the parade route online at AL.com. It begins at the Mobile Civic Center. That's traditional for Mobile Mardi Gras parades to begin at the Civic Center. It'll go down Church Street before it goes to Royal Street. It wraps around Mardi Gras Park in downtown Mobile, which I'm sure will be full of people this evening. It'll go down Royal Street, past our office, AL.com office, and then it'll go towards St. Francis Street and wrap around Bienville Square before it heads down to Government Street, which is where it will peruse for quite some time before it wraps around Washington Avenue, heads over to Canal Street, where the parade will finish. So that's kind of the route loosely describing. Again, we have the map online at AL.com. For folks that are familiar with the area, Dauphin Street will be closed down to vehicle traffic tonight because that's the entertainment district in Mobile. That's where the restaurants and bars are located. And they're wanting to open up for folks to come, eat outside, drink outside, have a good time. And, this is expected to be a good evening, a big boom for businesses in the downtown area that have, for the most part, suffered through the coronavirus pandemic. Though there's been several what we have here in Mobile are called art walks that occur every so often on a Friday evening, and those have drawn big crowds. So we expect there to be a big crowd this evening. Folks that are coming downtown and want to go out to eat, bring your patients. The restaurant industry is facing tight labor market right now, and so that's an issue as well. So just be aware that even though things might seem like they're returning to normal, not everything is back to normal. And so that's just something to be mindful of. But yes, it starts at 6:30. The recommendations are for people to get here earlier than that. Parking could be a bit of an issue, although according to Mobile Police, there should be plenty of parking spaces in downtown Mobile. Parking lots that are open. There are parking garages, paid parking garages in downtown Mobile. But again, we have it listed, online at AL.com under a story called "Everything You Need to Know About the Mardi Gras-style Parade and USS Mobile Commissioning." We list some of the parking issues or requirements by the Mobile Police Department. There's certain areas that they do not want parking at. For instance, they certainly are adamantly opposed to blocking any private driveways. We sometimes think that's common sense, but when we're talking about a large crowd downtown, that's something to be mindful of. Do not park on any sidewalks, and do not park, which is a popular area in the past, but do not park on Water Street medians, on the median along Water Street between I-10 and St. Francis Street. So things to keep in mind as you come downtown this evening. Just be mindful of that. Also, if you are parked, if your car or truck is parked along the parade route around 4:30, the barricades will be coming out. That keeps people away from the parade route. And if your vehicle is parked along that parade route, it could be towed. So folks need to be fully aware of that. I know it's been 15 months. It's been a while, but they do Mardi Gras here, and I think a lot of folks are familiar with the protocols.
Well, and let me tell you, you don't want to start out your weekend with a towed car. That is never a good way to start your weekend out. Looking through some of our comments and questions here, I've got Tony talking about how Mardi Gras is originally started in Mobile, and it's the real home of Mardi Gras. So, Tony, you're right, and I know our Mobile folks here at AL.com are very passionate about that fact and love their Mardi Gras. Now, we've also got a question here from our good friend Kent Falk, who asks, "Will they be throwing out beads from the floats?"
Yes, of course. Throws are a free game. Will be beads. Most popular type of throws in a Mobile Mardi Gras parade are beads, moon pies, and stuffed animals. And also you can expect other sorts of items thrown out. In the past, there'll be ramen noodles thrown out. There'll be Little Debbie cupcakes thrown out. So, just bring a bag and have fun. Yeah, the throws are a fair game. This is a full-blown Mardi Gras style parade. There are no limitations to, if you've been down here before for Mardi Gras, you're familiar with that. There are no limitations on what will take place during this parade. And it's family friendly. This isn't a New Orleans Mardi Gras style parade. It is a Mobile Mardi Gras style parade, so it's very family friendly.
Well, I will take up for the Mardi Gras in New Orleans that I have been to even as a kid, and while the bead throwing is a little aggressive, other than that, they have a lot of fun family events, and I've never had the chance to go to Mobile Mardi Gras. I definitely want to put that one on my list, but that is a good point there, John. You can expect beads, moon pies, and other things to be thrown, but I think that's a good question. People might have said, look, COVID, are they going to touch things? Are they going to throw things out? So good to know that will still be part of the parade, along with, I think you mentioned, no capacity limits there, and no mask requirements, no real traditional, as we've seen, I say traditional loosely, coronavirus procedures in place there. So, John, I think as you mentioned, the city was really leaving it up to personal responsibility, and that is what people will be able to expect tonight. Now, John, I got to ask you, what are you most excited for tonight, for the first big parade in over 15 months?
It'll be nice to see what the crowd is like. I'm really interested in seeing what kind of crowd we can draw here. I did a story it's on AL.com this morning that kind of talks about the historical comparisons of these non-Mardi Gras season Mardi Gras style parades. They don't occur all the time, but they have occurred before. There was one in 1985 that celebrated the opening of the Tennessee Tom Bigby Waterway Project. Interesting. We don't talk about that much anymore, but back then that was a big deal. So Mobile held a big Mardi Gras style parade for that event. It occurred on June 1st of 1985. So almost similar time frame we're talking about here. And that parade drew 60,000 people, maybe up to 100,000 people. That's a huge crowd. Typical Mardi Gras parades in Mobile draw, depending on the weather, and the weather plays a big factor in this, but during a nice weather evening, it can draw 50 to 60 to 70,000 and on above 100,000 people. So I'm really interested to see what type of crowd we'll see tonight. Nobody has really any idea. So a lot of people watching this evening. I'm going to be interested in that. And then also at 9:30 p.m., there's going to be a fireworks show. So that's kind of a capper on the evening. Usually after a Mardi Gras parade, the post-parade events usually involve going to a ball at the Mobile Civic Center or Convention Center in downtown Mobile. Folks that are invited to the balls or participants in the parade go to these post-parade events. Well, there's no ball tonight. There's no organized, structured event, but there will be a fireworks display. And we have up on AL.com good places to go see the fireworks show, Mardi Gras Park being one of them, Cooper Riverside Park as well. So that'll be fun. So there's plenty going on this evening. And of course, the restaurants and the bars are welcome to have you. They're looking for business. I'm sure they'll find it tonight. But that Dauphin Street will be a place to be.
Well, John, have fun tonight. Everybody who's planning to go to this Mardi Gras style parade, please have fun. Be careful, stay safe, but have a good time on this beautiful summer night. And John, thank you so much for giving us all this info. We've got several links here where you can check out everything you need to know about this parade tonight. Again, for the commissioning of the USS Mobile, but in a Mardi Gras style, of course. So you can check those out here. You can find all your information on AL.com. And if you are not in Mobile or in Lower Alabama, but you want to watch the parade tonight, we will have a live stream of that parade starting later on this evening. So make sure you check that out. John, thanks so much. Again, have fun. Everybody watching, have fun. We'll see you Monday.
All right.